Hey everybody, today is going to be really exciting because I am making a game and I'm playing around with particle systems. It's been around for a long time, but I haven't really given it much attention until now. So let's just say you start a new, uh, let's see, new project and you start a first person shooter, which is what my game is right here. First person shooter, right? Okay, so let's close all these folders and go to your content folder, and then in starter content you will have particles. You open that folder and you can see and use these particles in your game. Okay, let's see, fire. Place that right here, and now we've got fire. Pretty cool. Looks like fire. And smoke. So now we have smoke in the hallway or something like that, or we have an electronic device with sparks coming out of it, just like that. And then it starts to blow up, and you see smoke everywhere. See, these are particle systems you can use in your game. But what, I don't know, I want something other than fire or sparks or something like that. I will show you. Let's delete all these and let's take fire, right? Now I want to keep this original fire because it looks pretty nice. So I'm going to right click on P fire and duplicate. Nice. Okay, let's keep that name the same, or whatever it tells me. pfire2. Now let's open this up. Now this is the effect that the particle is generating. You can move inside here like your other windows, so that's nice and easy. You can see this in 3D any which way you want to. And these are all of the emitters that are making up this fire sequence. You can tweak these if you want to. Let's see. We've got names up here. Flames. So flames number 1. Let's change that, the fire that we saw. P-fire, let's make this, that's kind of small. I want a huge forest fire. So let's take a look at this first flames and go to size, initial size. Okay, the undersize, start size will be, if we open up distribution, the maximum size that this fire will be is 60x, 90y, and 0z. Now, and then the minimum is going to be 40x, 70y, and 0z. I'm going to adjust these to affect or to get that forest fire look that I wanted. So in my viewport right here, I'm going to move back just so I can see the fire get bigger. And okay, let's start the X max to 8,000. And immediately you'll see a big change in our scene. It doesn't look very realistic right now. So Y is going to be 7,000. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we've got a whole bunch of fire shooting all over the place. Now, I guess we're still too close, so I'm going to zoom back just a little bit. Okay, now we can see the whole thing. Now, some of the fire is big, but some of it is small because the maximum X is 8,000, but the minimum X that does occur from time to time is 40. So anywhere between there and 8,000 will be happening in our scene. So I want to adjust this as well, so the minimum will probably be 7,000. Okay. Now it's looking a little bit different, but the Y is still really small. 7,000 max, 70 small. So let's 6,500. Nice. Now we should have a continuous size all the way around. So, Flames 2. By the way, I think these are new particle sprite emitters. Yes, each of these are their own emitters, right? Flames 1, Flames 2, Smoke, Embers. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So one thing you can do in this is you click on the top to select which one you want, but if you double click, you'll see that it minimizes it. Okay, maximize, minimize, maximize, minimize. I want to work on flames right now, and all this other stuff is really kind of crazy, so I'm going to minimize those. Now I just have this one little area to work in. So Flames 2, let's adjust the initial velocity. By default, I think all of these are marked or on. There's a little check mark that you can turn on and off these if you want to. Right now I'm going to keep initial velocity on, and let's see, the parameters that we have down here, initial velocity, include the start velocity. Let's see, 8,000, 4,000. I don't know if this is going to do much. 5,000. Now, I'm probably jumping ahead of myself. Let's turn this to 7,000. Then 3,000. And 5,000. Okay, we don't see any effect right now because we are working on a new flames area, or emitter. In this one, we initially changed its size, but in the second one, we haven't touched the size yet. So, initial size, it's still very small. Let's see, 10,000? No, let's do 9,000. Okay, 9,000. Shift tab to go back, then 9,000. Just to make this simple, and then 9,000, 9,000, nice. Okay, now we have a huge blazing fire. Sweet. Now there are a lot of other parameters that you can adjust with, and if you work with these, you will understand more about this. But one really cool thing that you can do with these is you can add and subtract these if you want to. So let's right click right here, new particle sprite emitter. Nice. And you'll see that it is being generated right at the base of where the emitter starts. So if we zoom in, zoom out. Okay, right now we're looking at this emitter. If we turn everything off, it turns off. Basically, I'm not sure what's happening there, but if we turn everything back on, we can start to affect this somewhat. Now, this glowy square that is being generated, if we go to required, that is where we place, I believe, our FBX or materials in our emitter. So right now, default parameter, I have tweaked. If we double click, we can open up the default particle itself. Now I have adjusted this sum and let's see, divide 3 just to get a different color, probably green. Okay, so now I'm going to mix this up just a little bit. Let's divide these colors to see what we get and multiply that. Right, okay, so now I have added a new color and this is the effect that we are going to get. So apply, save, close that default particle, and now our particle that is being emitted is different. I'm still trying to get the ins and outs of this new system because I've just started to play with this particle system myself, and the whole interface is kind of strange to me. So all I know is that in the required field, that is where you place your FBX that is being generated. And when you click on this default particle, you can adjust which particle is being, which material is being applied. So if we change it to anything else, color grid low space, okay, that's good. Now you'll see that the color has changed greatly, but we don't have the exciting glowy look that we had. You can adjust that if you double click on the default, I don't know, whatever material I just had. Whatever this material is now being displayed right here, and we can tweak this if we wanted to. So let's press 1 to multiply this effect. Let's see. Plug that into the UVs. That didn't really do anything fancy. I'm going to hold down 3 and then click to create a new color. And let's try yellow. Good. Now I'm going to try multiply. So I want to multiply this yellow with this strength, and I'm going to bypass this and create my own material. Okay, that may not be strong enough, so I'm going to increase this some more. Ooh, that was not good. What's going on? I'm going to try emissive color. Yes, okay, there we go. Apply, save, and now, after that's done, I hope this doesn't crash. Now we've got a new exciting material. Now just to speed this up a little bit, we have this huge horrendous fire that is taking place, and I want to adjust the effect of this sum. So initial velocity, let's select that, make sure it's activated. This graph thing next to it is related to this area down here. I'm not sure how to, let's see. I probably should have done that. I don't know what I just did. But this, when you have these different areas selected, this graph is this area. And I'm going to ignore that real quick. Initial velocity, let's adjust these figures some. Okay, now it's going crazy in all directions. Pretty cool. Okay, and it's still pretty small, so initial size, let's increase this to at least 4,000. Oh, whoa. No, 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 that's shift tab, okay. 500? That's better. 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. If we zoom back in our little viewing box right here, we can see the effect that is created. I have a huge forest fire that is taking place, but it has these yellow like emitter things shooting out, and I'm gonna live with that. That's pretty cool. In the future, I'm going to be able to play around with these settings a whole lot more, and in each of these particle emitters that you can easily just add, you can right click in here and you can delete these modules. Right? I don't like any of these Wait, the required and spawn modules may not be deleted. Okay, I didn't know that, but apparently you can't delete the yeah, you can't delete some of these because it needs something to exist or something. But you can right click in this area and add your own modules. Lots of cool stuff here. Kill box, color, initial color, camera, offset, attraction, size. Pretty cool. So there is a lot of cool stuff you can do in here. I'm just going to right click and select emitter and delete emitter because that's not doing any good. Okay, now we just have these, and these emitters that I have collapsed, I'm going to delete those. Wait, okay, yeah. No, actually, they might be helping the effect right here, so I'm going to keep them as is. I'm going to save, close this, and now P-Fire 2 should look a whole lot different. Now this fire is huge. Big forest fire, that's what I wanted. Sweet, so if I press play, now we have a huge... Wait, it might be too far away right now. Let's see. Why can't I? Oh, there it is. Big, huge forest fire. Somebody call the firefighters. Pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, this has been an exciting look at particle systems and making your own particle systems with all the cool features that do make them up. Pretty intense. Yeah, so stay tuned for more, everybody.